Hello everybody, my name is Trichromat. I try to react, debunk, and call out basically, the bad advice, the BS advice as far as, relationship. Some people who claim to have all the answers, all the good answers to all the, relationship problems. I call out their BS basically. A lot of them are not the ones to go to when it comes to your issues, your problems, and your relationship. If you enjoy this type of content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button and share. Anyways, so today we are taking a look at Renee. Renee is a single mom who basically has had some issues with her husband, right? She sounds young, first of all. So she basically met her husband in the workplace, which is bad. So here's the deal. I've done this before. When you marry your coworker, for the most part, once again, this is coming from my own experience, right? For the most part, marriages that happen between coworkers at a workplace, for the most part based upon emotions, completely based upon emotions and not, logic. Anyways, she's a single mom. She sounds young. She marries her coworker, a guy who is apparently good in the beginning, but then after a while, he becomes alcoholic, he becomes a drug addict. He basically cheats, all right? But let me tell you, based on what she said, they met in 2015 and then they marry in 2021. So there's like 6 years there, right? So they date for 6 years, which sounds good. Dating someone for 6 years before you marry that person is a great idea. Based on what she says, he becomes a alcoholic, a drug addict, and a cheater. But apparently during those 6 years of them dating, she doesn't see any of these problems. And I kind of doubt it. I believe when you date someone for 1 year, forget about the 6, just 1 year. If you date someone for 1 year, you are going to see the red flags of that person. How come you guys dated for 6 years and you didn't see any red flags in this guy? A little hard to believe. So her mistakes is one, most likely she has ignored the red flags of this guy during these 6 years that they have dated, right? And by the way, Renee's mom has been a single mom and then she remarries and basically Renee has a step father, right? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that these, issues, single mom issue, which is an issue, it's hereditary, right? It gets passed down to the generations after generations after generations. So the mistakes Renee made is one, ignoring the red flags of this guy during the 6 years of them dating. Two, on top of that, she gets pregnant with this guy. Another mistake. So 2 mistakes she has made in this case. And as usual, we get to the bad advice by Dr. Delony. Dr. Delony tends to look at things very, very, very one-sided. A judge, when he is looking at a problem, he listens to both sides, right? In order to be a good judge, in order to have a good judgment about a problem, you've got to have the ability to listen to both sides and then have a prescription for that problem. Fair. The guy is not here to tell, his story, his side of the story. But at least you could ask her if she has been a good wife in this relationship, if she has taken care of herself to be, attractive to her man. Dr. Delony failed one more time. He failed to look at a problem double-sided. He judged based on what she said without questioning anything. That's what Dr. Delony does every single time. What I would do if I was in this situation, if I was Dr. Delony, if I was the one who was basically prescribing something for Renee, I would start with this question. All right, Renee, fair. I heard what you said, right? But let me ask you a question. Did you do your responsibilities as a wife in this relationship? Were you a good wife? Did you take care of yourself looks wise in order to stay attractive to this man, to your man? Did you do your chores at home? Were you a good wife? Or maybe you were not. And here's the deal. When you don't do your responsibilities, when you let go of yourself as far as your looks, your man is gonna get tired and he's gonna look for someone else. And you guys, men, women, all of you guys, when you marry, stay on your shit. Keep working on yourself as far as your looks, as far as your physique. Get better and better every day, and then be responsible. Be responsible. One of our biggest problems in today's society is just people not taking responsibility in their relationships and just blaming everything on the other side, on the other part of the relationship, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. Another thing that Dr. Delony said in this video, he said a good husband never leaves his wife. Wrong. It is possible for a good husband to leave if that wife is not taking care of herself, if that wife is not being responsible at home. Do what you gotta do. Gender roles, do your role at home. Man, do your role at home. Woman, do your role at home. I post videos like this every week. On Fridays, I've been trying to post more, at least twice a week. It's going to be happening very soon. But for now, thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.